Alright, what's up guys? In today's video we're talking about how to build the best FFAR class setup in Warzone. This is one of the best guns right now in Warzone. And with this video, you guys should know a lot of these attachments actually don't have negatives, or the negatives don't affect the gun much, which is what makes these guns stack up very well against the modern warfare weapons. So we're talking about what is the best barrel, the best grip, the best stock, and obviously the best overall class setup. So if you guys learn anything new in this video that helps you make a better class setup, please leave a like and make sure you guys are subscribed. First things first, you guys will see on the screen, these are the two most popular class setups as of statistically, and that is actually true. These are the two best class setups. That's probably why they're the most used, because people have done testing and realized these are the best way to build the best FFAR class setup. So first things first, obviously everybody uses the agency suppressor. They stay silent. They get improvement in bullet velocity, which helps a lot, and an increase in range, which helps. The 50 round fast mag does not have a loss in ADS, so the cons is erased. You get a faster reload with a 50 round mag, which helps a lot. The reload is like 25% faster, which is huge. And then the next thing we're taking a look at is the stock, the barrel, and the underbarrel. So first things first, we have the Ranger and the Task Force barrel, which are the two best barrels. The Reinforced Heavy does give you an improvement in bullet velocity and an improvement in range, but the range increase is not that big a deal. So with the Task Force barrel, first thing we take a look at is you get a 50% improvement in bullet velocity and a 10% increase in range. And as far as your negatives, you do get worse vertical recoil by about 20%, but your horizontal recoil is actually improved by 15%, which this has one of the least stable recoils in my opinion. So this Task Force barrel improving your recoil and range and bullet velocity is 3 positives, while the Ranger only has 1. So I rank the Task Force barrel as the #1 barrel to use, because when you build that best class setup, it stacks that field agent grip to give you the best recoil, which is the easiest way to make this class setup have the best accuracy. So with that Ranger barrel, you do get a con, which is ADS stray speed, which is only 2%, which you won't even notice in game. You get no range increase, but you get the best bullet velocity. So when you have that best class setup with the Ranger versus the Task Force, this has about a 20 to 25% better bullet velocity than the Task Force, which is going to help your time to kill at longer distances. But this is a close to medium range weapon, which is why I think we're going to start every class setup out with that Task Force barrel. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is going to be the underbarrels. There are only two main underbarrels I recommend. The foregrip improves your horizontal recoil, but if you use the field agent grip, it gives you the same horizontal with a decrease in vertical, which in my opinion is just best. And as you guys should know by now, the bruiser grip does have a massive hidden reduction in vertical recoil. Stacks up almost about the same as that Ranger, about 20% less vertical with no cons, which is what makes this grip excellent. So you guys will see the video clips on the screen. I'm be playing the Task Force barrel video clip of each grip, and obviously the Ranger. While I'm talking, you guys will be able to see with that Task Force barrel, 100% the bruiser grip gives you less recoil, but it's honestly not that noticeable. When you put that field agent grip on there, the recoil stabilization is going to be insane. It's almost like the VLK and Commando from Modern Warfare stacked together. Gives you an incredibly accurate weapon, which is what makes the best barrel to stack with a field agent grip. It's going to be the Task Force, because those two horizontal recoils together is going to make it so this gun does not miss. You might get a worse vertical, but the vertical is easiest to control because you just got to pull down on your mouse or your thumbstick. What you guys are going to be watching right now is the Ranger. With the Ranger, it does not have as much vertical recoil, which is why the bruiser grip in my opinion is best, because the bruiser grip is going to reduce your vertical recoil, which is going to make this gun easier to use at longer ranges due to the fact that you don't have as much recoil to control. So it's a bit easier to hit your shots in my opinion. So with each barrel, I actually do recommend a different grip due to the fact of how they stack with that barrel. So the Ranger barrel is all 100% personal preference. I do think the field agent grip is the best grip for both, just because I prefer horizontal recoil more than vertical, because vertical is the easiest to control. Horizontal is pretty hard to find. With the field agent grip and the Ranger barrel, you're obviously going to get the best stabilization, which is why I think it's best. But the bruiser has less recoil, so if you're using this as a close range weapon, the bruiser in my opinion is probably better because it gives you less recoil. But for me, I would take the field agent grip just due to the fact that you get improved stabilization. So these are the two best grips. I definitely think 100% the field agent grip and the Task Force is the way to go. And the Ranger and the Bruiser is the way to go, which is the way everyone is actually building their class setup. So the next thing we're going to take a look at here is obviously going to be the stock. So it's a very simple thing. You have the combat stock and the raider stock, which what it shows on the screen, you get a shooting move speed improvement with the combat stock, which you actually get with the raider stock. The biggest difference here is going to be, statistically speaking, I'll showcase the clip on the screen. You can see the stray speed's actually identical, about a 40% faster stray speed with both attachments, which is insane. With your shooting move speed, the raider is slightly faster. You guys can see in the clip, you move a little bit farther to the right, which is not a big deal to me, but the fact that the raider is faster is a little bit better improvement. And then with your sprint out time, you get a 30% faster sprint out with the raider, which makes it better in the close range. So the fact you have a faster shooting move speed and a faster sprint out, the only thing that combat has an improvement on, which it does not improve your sprint out, which to me is a huge negative because it's a close range weapon, like I said. You guys can see the little video clip of the hip fire differences. Mainly we're going to take a look at is the actual recoil, not really the the reticle. Just the recoil pattern. You guys can see the raider is about twice as bad, about 33% worse. But in my opinion, the raider stock is 100% better than that of the combat because you get faster sprint out, which makes it a better close range weapon. You get a slightly faster shooting move speed. Your stray speed is the same. All you get is a worse hip fire, which this weapon you're not going to be hip firing ever with, so that's completely irrelevant. So the two things that matter most, the raider stock makes this a better class setup. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is the time to kill of the FFAR and why I think it's the best gun to use right now in Warzone. We're going to be comparing the time to kill and some of the mobility stats of this weapon versus the MAC-10 and the Amax, who I think are the two other best weapons in the game. In just overall base time to kill, the FFAR has the fastest time to kill with the longest range, more than both the MAC-10 and the Amax, which is what makes this gun incredible. So all up to 43.5 meters, this gun holds the fastest time to kill, which is where it competes even better than that of the MAC-10. So this is why a lot of people use this with a sniper or long-range gun, because this gun kills faster than all of the SMGs, and the Amax, which was the fastest killing weapon, actually kills faster and has better range. The biggest, most important thing I wanted to take a look at also, when you factor in your damage per second, a second is 1,000 milliseconds. This gun does incredible in the time to kill category, which you guys can see once again. It does more damage than that of the MAC-10 and the Amax, which is huge. So in a game like Warzone, we have 250 health. To be able to deal the most damage with that fast fire rate the gun has is what makes the gun excellent. We take a look at your base stats of each individual class setup. You guys will see with that MAC-10, having a 225 millisecond ADS, which is very, very fast for an SMG. The FFAR is right there behind it. And you look at the sprint to fire times, you guys can see the Amax is just base. With that raider stock, your sprint to fire is almost as fast as that of the MAC-10, which is also an SMG. Your stray speed, when you add that raider stock on there, is almost as fast as the MAC-10, which is the fastest SMG. And then when you compare it directly to the Amax, it's almost twice as fast. And then once again, the mobility, take a look at that movement speed. You have about a 7 to 8% faster movement speed. So your ability to get around faster is just significantly better than the Amax. The biggest factor, obviously, is with that Modern Warfare class setup. Your recoil is incredible. But with that, obviously, the Cold War class setup, you still have an excellent recoil with the horizontal. And the second biggest factor with that Cold War class setup being bugged, you have a faster reload than the Amax and a better bullet velocity. So basically every single category, besides maybe your overall accuracy, which obviously the Amax class setup is built for that, that's the only category the Amax competes in. If you take like 9 out of the 10 categories, the FFAR smokes it. And that is why it is the best gun right now, in my opinion, to use. If you use that task force barrel with that field agent grip, you can compete directly with that Amax class setup with the recoil, because that horizontal increase is gonna almost be the same level as the Amax, and vertical is the easiest to control. So this is what makes the gun, in my opinion, so good, because it has the fastest time to kill. Then when you compare those mobility stats, that best class setup stats, it smokes the Amax and competes head to head with the best SMG in the game, and probably on the same level as the MP5 from Cold War, as having incredible mobility. So that's what makes this gun excellent. So that's basically it for the video. Like I said, if you guys learn anything new, please leave a like. If you guys want me to go in depth on a different gun from Cold War, Make sure you guys leave a comment down below what gun you guys want me to cover next. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. If you guys haven't yet, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Trapgod. Make sure you guys go hit that follow button, and I'll see you.